role, you're different. You're very, very different. That's how brilliant of an actor you are. How did you physically prepare for this role? Was there a different kind of physical preparation, training? Was it different?
Every training experience is different depending on the job, because the trickiest thing about the training for any role is finding the time to fit the training in. But for this one in particular, because of the athleticism of Geralt's fighting style, there's a lot of pirouettes, there's a lot of explosive movements, and a lot of uneven ground. You're not fighting in a gym, you're fighting on a slope with cobbles, and it's a dusty floor as well, or it's raining, whatever the case may be. And so you have to make sure that everything is protected, and you build up the right muscle groups which can protect things like knee joints, or whatever it may be, hips, elbows, shoulders. And that was what me and my trainer focused on the most. Aside from the aesthetic, we had to make sure that my body could keep up with the schedule and the fights.
And we know you don't do stunt doubles, correct?
That is correct. On this one, absolutely not.
Alright, I just asked that. Can you... Yeah, okay. Madam. Madam. In the Philippines, we always call everybody Madam, sir. So sorry, apologize.
I love that. Can you teach that to my children?
I can call you Madam the whole time. Anyways, can you talk more about the amazing crew, the stunt crew, the production crew, the set designers, everything?
Oh my God, absolutely. I will leave the stunt crew to Henry because he has the best interaction with them and and can talk to them or talk about them individually. What I will say about our stunts was amazing because in general, when I approach fights and Henry approaches them, I do much the same. I don't want to just see people banging swords against one another. You can, you can do that on any show. To me, every fight is about what is the story that fight's trying to tell. How is that fight furthering the relationship between two characters? Do they want to fight? Do they not want to fight? How is that part of the story? And our stunts were amazing with that. I would say, I mean, there's so much credit to give out on the show. Sophie Holland, our casting director, gets first and foremost all of the credit because she's the one that found these incredible actors to fill these roles. And she did a worldwide search. We cast everywhere. She flew everywhere to meet anyone who thought that they could embody one of these characters. The writing staff, obviously, the show is on their shoulders, not on mine. There are 6 writers in addition to me and a support staff of 4, and their brains at work are really the ones that come up with these stories. I write the pilot, and they just take the ball and run from there. Andrew Laws, our production designer, he's the one, when you guys watch the show, all of the beautiful scenery, that's all out of his brain. And we had an incredible relationship. He would dig back into the source material, into the books, find every description of every land and building, and then head out into the world and try to find it. And when he couldn't find it, he'd design it himself. Tim Aslan, costume designer. I mean, there's so many people. We carry a crew of about 300 people at all times.
Wow. So you use CGI a lot also, but you also did a lot of set designs.
Yes, so it's a great question because obviously it's a world of fantasy and monsters don't exist in our world and magic doesn't exist in our world, at least not this type of magic, or this type of monsters actually. So, obviously we did have to rely on CGI a lot. What we would do with both sets and set design and also monsters is we would start with whatever we could find in the environment. For monsters, sometimes even that was via prosthetics. We're a very actor-based show. If I can see the actor in some way, that's what I want to do. I don't want Henry fighting something that's not there. So we would try to use something organic and real as much as possible, and then we try to build on that.
I have, it says here, the author of the book.